Hey guys, this is DB. Welcome to my channel, and this is my guide on how to farm the hyper pitch machine jackpot. This game takes just a little bit of natural athletic ability and some strategizing with the scoring system, and then it is amazingly profitable. To win a jackpot on Hyperpitch, you want to beat the total score displayed on the left side of the machine. Your total score at the end of the game is the speed in miles per hour of your throws times the target multipliers that you hit, combined between all three of your throws. The jackpot score to beat Hyperpitch should reset at the end of every single day. Most arcades I've been to, the jackpot starts at 4,000 points. But some arcades do set it to 4,500 or even 5,000 to make it more difficult to win on the first couple of plays. The goal here is to barely, and I mean just barely, beat the jackpot score. The less you beat it by each time, the more you can win it in a single day, because it's going to keep resetting the high score to whatever your last game was. I'm not normally a safety first type of person. I'd like to do things and then ask questions later. But one piece of advice before starting is to stretch your throwing arm. It is not very difficult to injure your arm after throwing for an hour, multiple days in a row. The recovery period is not fun at all. I've definitely been there, so stretch your arm first. Typically, a good game is beating the jackpot by around 100 or 150 points on average. Accuracy is going to be way more important in this game than speed. A 75-mile-an-hour throw into the times 16 is worth way less than a 60-mile-an-hour throw into the bullseye, which is a times 32 multiplier. On the first throw, I try to hit a bullseye and get as close to 2,000 points as possible, which is around a 63-mile-an-hour throw. But it's going to take a little bit of practice to gauge what speeds you can throw at accurately. And then the second throw, I'm typically going to aim for another bullseye to try to get as close to beating the jackpot score as possible. If the total from the first two throws is over the jackpot score, I'll just toss the third ball away into the machine for 0 points. Or if I'm just short of it, I'm going to throw a very slow ball into the outside of the target in a low multiplier like times 4, times 2. If I hit a times 16 on the second throw instead of a bullseye, I can either aim for another times 16 and try not to hit the bullseye so I don't completely blow by the jackpot score, or I could just throw that ball away and lose the game so I don't go way over the jackpot score, and then I can win it more in that day. As the jackpot gets progressively higher from winning games, you're naturally just going to start throwing slightly faster as your arm warms up, so it shouldn't be that much harder to beat your previous game. And a good rule of thumb for me is to stop when I can't beat the jackpot score with 2 bullseyes and 1 times 16 throw. It's pretty rare for me to hit 3 bullseyes, so it isn't a super consistent win at that point, so the profitability is a little less. And for me, I can throw around 75 miles an hour when I'm warmed up, so I try to quit when the jackpot score gets over 6,000. And you're going to have to determine what your own stopping point is based on how fast and accurate you can throw. Sometimes I go really crazy and try to throw as fast as I can. I think my fastest bullseye of all time that I've hit was 87.5 miles an hour. I have yet to hit a 90-mile-an-hour bullseye, but I'm not even sure I can do that. And my highest game of all time is around 7,500 points, and I showed that at the beginning of the video, and that's about 3 80-mile-an-hour bullseyes. And then just for fun, I want to end this video on probably one of the most heartbreaking losses I've ever had. I think this is about as close as you can get to winning a jackpot without actually beating it, so I'm just going to let this clip play out. Let's get to it.
What a rocket! Well, just outside.
All right, gotta hit a 16.
Real heat on that pitch, but lands just outside the bullseye.
I'm gonna need an 85-mile-an-hour throw in the bullseye right here. Here we go. That might beat That's not going to do it.
Hyper pitch.
That is a 1/10 of a mile an hour short. How fast was that? Oh my goodness.
And with that, that concludes my Jackpot farming guide for Hyper Pitch. So good luck out there playing this game, and if you haven't already, subscribe, like this video, and you will be entered in a ton of giveaways in the future. Thank you guys.